Welcome in, you filthy animals. Instead of a demo today, we're taking a look at an early access game called Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. Now, if you're a fan of these sort of isometric RPG games, the Iron Conspiracy might sound kind of familiar to you because it harkens back to Baldur's Gate 1, which I haven't played for this channel, but I definitely will at some point for the Games That Made Me Me series that I did, because I loved that game and it was life-changing for me. So let's just get into this bad boy. I've loaded it up to just the music, but I guess it didn't stick for some reason. I'm telling you, man, games on my Windows system lately, they're just struggling for some reason. Like, stuff doesn't save right, and I constantly have to mess with a controlled folder or access or something like that. It's super annoying. Like, nothing stays the way it should almost, and I do not like it. But I think that was all the music, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go to new game. And so I had a comment on my Rogue Trader thing, and I really appreciate it because that's how I learn what people want to see here. I was trying to like speed run through the stuff, but they told me, it's an isometric RPG and they want to see the nitty gritty stuff. So I'm going to try that this time. I'm going to go real slow through all this so you can see each and everything. And if that's what you like, leave a thumbs up. And if it's what you don't like, comment and let me know what you'd rather see. Would you rather see like a quick summary or the whole kit and caboodle? Humors of Dumbville. That's me. Okay, so we have three backgrounds. We have the noble, the adventurer, and the bandit. The noble comes with +1 strength, +5 bladed weapons, +5 intimidation, and +5 outdoorsmanship. The days when the Cudonian noble houses battled each other for power and glory are waning. The emperor is no longer the first among equals, but an autarch ruling over. If you know how to say that word phonetically, write it down for me in the comments. An autarch ruling over a much humbled aristocracy. That is now clashing over. Oh, there we go. Clerical assignments in the imperial chancellery and officer commissions in the army. Fortunately, there is still a chance to write your name in the annals of history, though the monsters of legend are all but extinct in the Empire proper. In the wild lands of Nova Draconia, they can be found in abundance. Hunt down these fabled beasts and ensure great renown for yourself and your family. The adventurer gets +1 attention, +5 ranged weapons, +5 stealth, and +5 bluff. In the Cudonian Empire, there's no shortage of fortune seekers from all walks of life. Landless knights errant, bankrupt craftsmen, peasants driven from their fields by famine or war, and many, many more. These vagabonds roam the land in search of coin, status, and adventure. The tempestuous shores of Nova Draconia are a lodestone to folks like these. In that untamed land, there are yet opportunities to earn gold and advance your station, be it through the letting of blood or hunting ancient treasures. The bandit gets +1 dex, +5 axes and blunt, +5 pickpocketing, +5 lockpicking. Criminal underbelly of the Cudonian Empire spans a broad web of villainy, from the lowly cutpurse who spends his ill-gotten gains on drink and dice to the shadowy and disciplined thieves' guild. Law-abiding folk call this horde of ne'er-do-wells the Night Army. Well, they shouldn't give them such a cool name. I mean, come on, that's just asking for trouble. There are many reasons why a criminal might take their home in Nova Draconia, perhaps to avoid the executioner's double-headed axe or vengeful competitors in their illicit trade. Perhaps, like so many others, they are simply looking for a better life. Whatever the case may be, this new land presents nigh endless opportunities for self-enrichment. I forgot to read the sexes. Donian society, men are generally expected to be strong, bellicose, and valiant. Every community and culture has their own ever evolving idea of a male archetype, a set of expectations of how a quote unquote real man, end quote, uh, should act, speak, dress, and conduct himself. There are, of course, outliers. Okay, in the women in Cadonian society, women are generally expected to be perceptive, reasonable, and prudent. Every community and culture. Okay, that's just the same thing. Do they have different backgrounds, or is it the same? Okay, so same. Strength, intimidation. Don't know. I like the ranged weapons. What is attention, though? I wonder if that's like perception. I don't really know what outdoorsmanship is either. Oh my gosh. I know what one I'm picking. So the bandit has a spider, one-eyed wolf, and some poker cards. The adventurer has a cat and a hat, archery target, and a wheel with wings. And the noble has an oxen, a falcon, and this is why I'm choosing him. A little puppy dachshund with a cape. Okay, so then we've got attributes. It looks like it's filling this in based on, I guess, what my background gave me. Okay. So I assume these are pretty standard, but I'm going to read them for you anyway. Strength governs maximum carry weight, intimidation and dialogue, melee, and unarmed damage, and also slightly increases health and stamina. So it gives you +2 stamina, +10 carry weight, 2 HP per level, 0 melee damage. What happens by? Oh. So it doesn't do that per point. That's the total of what it's doing. It also gives you +10 martial arts, bladed weapon, axes, and blunt, and intimidation, then +5 spears and halberds, ranged weapons, and crafting. Here we go. Attention. Attention governs accuracy in combat and lets you notice easily overlooked details both in the game world and in dialogue. So it gives you initiative and alertness. Oh, gosh. Okay. Gives you martial arts, axes and blunt, haggling, stealth, bladed weapons, spears and halberd, stealth, lockpicking, pickpocketing, crafting, and medicine. Endurance, your maximum health, stamina, and resistance against negative effects, as well as your natural damage threshold. All depend on endurance. So this affects stamina, damage threshold, carry weight, and HP. Oh, that's interesting. This affects carry weight too. Okay. Axes and blunt, spears and halberds, intimidation and outdoorsmanship. Personality affects your speechcraft skill. The Nova Draconians reaccess to you. Reaccess. Wow. Reaction to you will differ depending on this stat. There wasn't even access anywhere in that sentence. How did I come up with access? People think you are average. Well, that's rude. Intellect affects the number of skill points earned each level. That might be kind of game breaking, right? Because if I just pump into this, eventually it'll be harder to start out. But by the end, I'll be able to have more skills. Anyway, skill points, persuasion, bluff, lockpicking, crafting, and medicine, dex, ability to dodge blows, accuracy in melee, combat speed, and many other details. This affects stamina, dodge chance, carry weight again, and initiative. There's a lot of things that can affect your carry weight. I guess that's probably good. That way, different builds don't end up just completely kind of screwed and can't carry anything. It also affects martial arts, bladed weapons, ranged weapon, outdoorsmanship, stealth, pickpocketing, and medicine. Luck governs the success of many endeavors, from dealing and receiving armor-piercing blows. I wonder if that's what they're considering crits. To dodge and the odds of causing maximum weapon damage. Nope, that would be crits. Luck influences them all in small way. Affects dodge chance, carry weight again, and armor piercing. Tell me what armor piercing is? No. Okay. It also affects martial arts, bladed weapons, axes and blunts, spears and halberds, ranged weapons, intimidation, persuasion, bluff, haggling, outdoorsmanship, stealth, lockpicking, pickpocketing, crafting, and medicine. Ugh. Wonder how low I can get these. Oh, wow. So I can go all the way down. You could make a really broken build and not in a good way. What? I wonder what happens if I click next. Oh, wow. So you could make a character that has no skills or attributes. I'm sure there will be somebody that can do that, but not me. So it looks like I'm getting +1 strength from my background. And what abilities did that give me? Bladed weapons and outdoorsmanship. So I guess I probably want to focus on things that give me good bladed weapons. Although I gotta be real honest with you, this whole people think you're detestable, I don't love that. Rude, tactless, average. Okay. Like I said, it feels like I should dump points into this because that'll be better long term. Let's see what. Okay, so let's start personality at the very beginning. You go from detestable to completely untrustworthy to rude to rather tactless to average to pleasant to charming, absolutely delightful, a joy to be around, the best. Oh, it's just, well, that's kind of a letdown. I was hoping for an extra thing. Is there a background that affects that at all? Personality, dexterity, bluff picking, range weapon, stealth, bluff. No. Okay. No, I'm fine with being average. My ego won't let me do worse than that, though. Okay, so I did intellect. What am I doing again? Bladed weapons and outdoors. Melee damage, bladed weapons. I can pretty much guarantee I'm going to want strength for bladed weapons. Need endurance because that's like your health. You know what? Let's just. I'm spending too much time on this. I'm acting like this is my canon playthrough or something. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. More endurance. I don't know if I need initiative for this kind of build. I'm guessing I'm going with like a sword and board, which is kind of boring, but it is what it is. You know, I haven't seen any magic. I guess there's either no magic in this game or it's not in this early access build yet. Strength, strength or endurance, strength or endurance, strength or endurance. Strength. What you doing, little boy? You're okay. You're a good boy. Ah, I wish I could lift you up, but you're a big dog and I can't do that. Yeah. I've got my puppy dog, but he's good. He's a good boy. Okay, so I just can't subtract here. I can only add. Let's see what outdoorsmanship even is. Something with animals. Helps you find points of interest during your travels. Avoid combat. And increases both your travel speed and travel speed. That's interesting. Oh, and these have levels. Okay, that probably doesn't make sense. I'm talking. Could have just been talking to myself. So it looks kind of like. Is it Oblivion? I think that does this. Morrowind or Oblivion? I think Oblivion. Starting at 50, then 75, then 100, then 150, then 199, you get like a perk every time you ding one of those numbers. So, like, my bladed weapons. Oh, here, what's my highest one? Intimidation. Weird. I have 38 right now. So, if I, for some reason, wanted to dump like all of my points into intimidation, I would get the perk of Journeyman Intimidation. For dialogue checks, this gets a +5 bonus. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to subtract it all now. But that's what I was trying to point out. Okay. So it looks like right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sort of melee builds, and then a ranged weapon build. Then they have 1, 2, 3 conversation builds. Haggling, I'm assuming, is just for merchants. Outdoorsmanship is kind of down here with the dex abilities. It seems interesting, but I think that's just because I'm not used to it. If you look at the bonuses over there, animals deal -1 damage. After rest, you gain well-rested effect that grants 2 SP for 1 hour. I don't know what SP is yet. At 100, you get the radius at which an animal that may detect you in stealth is narrower. Grandmaster, you get 12 pounds of carry weight, and oh wow, when you max it out, or what I'm assuming is the max, you get poisons do not affect you. Stealth can affect your... Oh, only when starting from stealth. Okay. Anyway, so then you have stealth, lockpicking, pickpocketing. That's all pretty normal. Crafting, I don't know how that works in this game. Determines your ability to create various items, including armaments, armors, and more. Produce wares up to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, legendary gems. Medicine governs your ability to both create and apply various remedies and poisons, including those that are used with armaments. I don't know what that means. Potion 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess it looks like tier 5 is the top tier of things. May plant objects on people. Ooh, I do love a good reverse pickpocketing. That can be pretty fun. I wonder if you can poison people that way or not. Or if you can just like frame them for crimes. Okay. So the weight of the item will affect you until you get 75 points. We're going to get this up to 40. I don't know. I really don't like being intimidating in games. I know a lot of people do. It's just not my jam. I don't need these dex abilities down here, I don't think. Maybe some outdoorsmanship. I really just think probably maxing this out, or at least getting it to 50, makes the most sense. I don't love putting things on odd numbers because I'm weird. Maybe we'll do medicine just to have something. Okay. Distinctions. I wonder what these are. Distinctions. You are not required to choose any distinction if you don't want to. Oh, are these like bonuses with negatives? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Ample arbiter. Plump and rosy cheeks. Most people will trust you instinctively when it comes to self-defense. However, you get winded quickly. +1 personality, +15 persuasion, +15 haggling, -10 martial arts, -10 bladed weapons, -10 axes and blunt, spells and halberds, and range. So basically, I mean, from my perspective at least, that doesn't seem like a very good trade-off. I mean, you're losing 50 points and gaining 31, but I guess you'd probably only be using one of those weapon builds anyway, so in that sense you're losing 10 and gaining 31, so maybe it is a good thing there. Level-headed leader. You're a superior strategist, yet some might say you're too reluctant to get your hands dirty. +2 to personality, -15 martial arts, weapon, all the weapon stuff, -2 HP per level. Each time you're hit, there's a chance to cause panic, but your teammates get +15 to their weapons, an extra 2 HP per level, and every third level get +1 damage threshold. Rainy beanpole. Tall and slender, you've always had your head in the clouds. Alas, your distracted attitude has left you alienated from your fellow man. +1 intellect, craft, +20 crafting and medicine, -15 intimidation, persuasion, bluff, and haggling. So you are good at crafting and medicine, but suck at dealing with people. Eagle-eyed, you're blessed with great height and perfect vision. Unfortunately, your reliance on said eyesight has led to a crippling fear of anything that might damage or limit it. Effects. +2 attention and +15 range weapons. Your character is slightly taller than average, but you can't equip head. Each time you are hit, there's a 2% chance to cause panic for 1 to 3 rounds. I mean, I guess if you were trying to build like a elven archer dude, that might make sense. Heavy-handed. You're stronger than a good portion of the population, but your muscle-bound physique gets in the way when performing delicate tasks. +1 strength, +15 intimidation, +10 to the weapons, -15 all the dex stuff, basically. Special. Your character is bigger than most. Fortunate fate. You've enjoyed a lifelong streak of good luck. Regrettably, this means you've never bothered to learn any skills requiring grit, patience, and hard work. +1 luck, +20 bluff, +20 haggling, -15 outdoorsmanship, crafting, medicine, and lockpicking. Ugly upbringing. Your arduous childhood has made you resistant to hardship. Sadly, the more civilized side of life is a bit beyond your scope. +1 endurance, +20 outdoorsmanship, +10 bleeding resistance and poison resistance. Pretty good. -20 haggling, bluff, persuasion, -5 lockpicking and pickpocketing. Short of stature. So that's the opposite of, what was it, eagle-eyed, where you're taller. You're a head shorter than the average Imperial citizen, but you're also that much more nimble. +1 dex, +20 stealth, pickpocketing, lockpicking, -20 intimidation and outdoorsmanship, -10 martial weapons. Sole survivor. You were left barely breathing while others around you died in a terrible accident. Ooh, mysterious. Now you prefer to travel alone, lest the horrible experience be repeated. +1 endurance, +15 weapons, +15 outdoorsmanship, +3 HP per level. But all of your teammates get -15 weapons, and -3 HP, and every time they're hit, there's a 3% chance to cause panic. I think I'm going to keep it simple just for this sort of intro run. So we're not going to do any distinctions. There's abilities too. Okay. So this says 20, 50, 75, and 125. Okay. Martial arts, ranged weapons, spears, axes, bladed. Okay. So I can get, well, I only have 1 point, which is up here on the right. Two-handed, sword, or dagger. And then, like I said, it looks like you open up a new level of the tree at levels 20, 50, 75, and 125, which is kind of nice since, what was it, the attributes bonuses are at the 25 other end. So instead of 25, it's 50. You get it. Oh, but this one does 52. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I think I'm just going to be boring this run. Not boring, but we're going to be like Abdel Adrian. There's a deep cut for you guys. I guess he used a two-handed sword, though. What do you think? Should we go two-handed? Maybe we should. Well, if we're going to go two-handed, then I am going to do one of these. Was it heavy-handed? You're stronger, but I suck. Yeah, I'm not good at that stuff anyway. So yeah, let's do that. Then I am going to do two-handed weapons. 15 more 2 turns, chance to pierce armor, attacks. I wonder if I have to get these in order, or if I can just mix and match whenever I want, as long as I have the minimum points. Like, I'm wondering if I have to get half sword to get deadly display. There's not any lines connecting these. So I wonder if, like, I could get half sword, and then whenever I get another one of these points, if I would have to get deadly display, or if I could just skip over to pommel slam without getting cleave. SP. I'm gonna assume that's some kind of skill point. Swing, wide cone, okay. Make the targets lame. When lame, as pre, so that makes it hard for them to move. Oh, not available in early access. Okay. Well, on the off chance, or maybe it's not really an off chance, just on the chance, you do have to get these in order. I'm pretty fond of those sword moves that let you multi-hit. So I'm going to do this top row, this half sword. You deal -15 damage for 2 turns. Chance to pierce is increased for 2 turns by 10. Appearance. Oh, next. Oh wait, I was going to look at something. So that gave me an extra strength, so I'm going to subtract that and then add that back to endurance. Although, if I'm doing two-handed swords, that means I'm not going to be doing a shield. Actually, what I'm going to do is subtract that and do that so that I can hit really hard. I like that more. Okay. Appearance. Well, that's fun. It changes the character based on your portrait. This guy looks much younger than this guy, though. They don't look very similar at all. Okay. I feel like this has to be the personality build, right? High persuasion, sort of, not rogue, bard. Alright. You know what? We're gonna go with this sort of intro generic look. costume. Okay, so there are 3 costumes. I think I prefer costume 3. Head type. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4 head types. Well, if I'm going to do that, though, I always do this. I don't know if you guys do this or not. I gotta get rid of all the hair and the beard so that I can actually see what the head type looks like. Okay. No, no. Yeah, we're going to go with 1. That's not bad. The take on. Medium long. No, no. Looks like Guy Gardner from the Superman trailer. No, no. Might just go bald. Okay. Well, hair color doesn't matter, but we'll make it black anyway. Skin tones. Looks like there's a decent amount. Awesome. We'll go with the palest, which I'm guessing. Is that one green? Or was I imagining that? That's green, right? Like, I'm not crazy. That's like an orc. I didn't see any orcs in this game. I'm gonna go with 1. I wish they had like a. I don't. My color blendings. Not gonna really show this, but I'm super duper pale. I burn so easily in the sun. Like, I know a lot of people say that, but like, I blister. It's bad, bad. Skin details. Oh, so these are like what, scars? Can I zoom in? If you can, I can't figure out how to do it, which is a bummer because it's kind of hard to tell what I'm looking at. Okay, so then mutton chops. Okay, captain, goatee. We're just gonna stick with shave. Oh, they have voices. I didn't think they would have voices in early access. It's kind of interesting. You can choose none.
Yes. Time for action. Mm-hmm. Just say the word.
That felt like it had more of an accent than the other previous did.
What is it?
Aye. What do you want? Quickly now.
Yeah, 100% that one. Okay, difficulty not available in early access. Not okay. Guess we're going with normal. Iron Man for those who like to tickle their nerves. Permadeath only saved when exiting main menu. It's interesting to me. They have Iron Man. I guess it's easier to implement than other difficulties, though. Okay, a classic CRPG look where the environment is neatly tilted. 3D camera. I'm gonna go with 3D. Alright, guys, that's gonna do it for the character creation portion of Swordhaven. If you dug it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I know everyone says it, but it really would mean a lot to me. I've only got 2 subscribers, like no likes, and hardly any comments. So it would legitimately mean a lot to me if you would let me know what you're thinking. What can I do better? What can I improve on? What are you liking? What are you not liking? Leave it all below, and I'll try and change up how I do things in the future based on the feedback I get. That's it, everybody. Stay frosty, stay awesome, be excellent to each other, and party on.